schedule typically on that particular site is 14/7. 2 in 1. And that's probably what we should use. Yeah. Does that make sense, Tyler? Everybody else is working that yeah, everybody's working that shift there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can put it in there.
So you might be wondering what you just watched. I showed you 2 scenes. The first was a clip of me running around outside acting silly with my dog. And the second scene was me sitting inside with all my tech, you name it, I had it on me. And why these scenes are important is to depict the differences between how baby boomers and Generation Z and millennials grew up in their adolescence. So baby boomers grew up playing outside with their friends. And Generation Z, which is us, by the way, we grew up with technology integrated into our lifestyle. So we did a lot less outdoor playing and more screen interacting. Although we might not have done that until a little bit later in our teenage years, say, the generations to come are growing up with iPads basically out of the womb. So the way technology is impacting our lifestyle is immense. And why this is important for today's topic, which is reverse mentoring, is because it addresses the technological gap in knowledge that is very apparent in today's business world. With Generation Z coming into the workforce right now, we have a skill set that is unique to our generation that previous generations don't really have. They may have learned it over time, but we grew up with it, and that makes us special in a sense. Before we dive too deep in reverse mentorship, we're gonna touch on traditional mentorship a little bit. So we put together a couple scenes for you guys to get an idea of what it looks like to have a traditional mentor. And that way you guys can differentiate between that and reverse mentorship as the scenes go on.
Hey, Ben Ty.
Yes, sir.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You're
I'm Tom Ty.
Tom Ty. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, welcome to the team.
I appreciate the welcome. That's
I
awesome.
understand you just came on board, and really excited to have you here. I'm going to tell you that, in my position, one of the things that I do is I bring the younger guys along. I show them kind of the ropes, so to speak, and how the business is run. Kind of take you under my wing, mentor you in a fashion that shows you how the business has been developed and how we do things around here, and help you kind of bridge gaps in what things that you don't understand and how they kind of work internally here. And that's my job, to bring you through and hopefully make you comfortable in your new role.
Awesome.
So,
Well,
happy to help.
I appreciate the introduction, and I really look forward to the work that we can accomplish together.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Great. Excellent.
All right. Well, I will see you around the office.
You got it.
See ya. I'm really struggling with this project. I wonder if Tom was being serious about giving me some help. Maybe I should give him a phone call. All right, let's see what he says. Hey, Mr. Ty, it's Ben, the new employee you just met a couple hours ago. Yeah, I'm just sitting in my office, and I was wondering if you might have a few minutes to talk to me about this project that I was given. Come to your office right now? All right, I'll be there in a few minutes. All right, bye-bye. Hey, Mr. Ty, is it all right if I come in?
Yeah, come on in, Ben.
All right, cool.
Hey.
So I got this project that I mentioned to you on the phone just a few minutes ago. They gave it to me, and I really don't feel like I have the ability to complete this project without some guidance, and I didn't really get that from my manager. So I was hoping that maybe you could sit down with me and help me work through it and find the right way to finish this up in a good manner that will make me look good, because I don't want to look like a jackass on my first day of work, you know what I mean?
Sure, no, I totally understand, and part of the management's team's, job is to make sure that our folks understand what the directions are with regard to projects and or assignments, and we've got to make sure that we give you the proper instructions. We need to give you the proper guidance to show you the way along the path to success, and if we're not doing that, that's a failure on our part. Right? And so my job, as the senior manager here, is to make sure that our junior managers are giving the newcomers the right information to in order to be successful. And if we haven't done that, that's a fail.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that you're seeing gaps in that right now, and that's a problem for me. So I'm here to help you, and I'll guide you through it, and you can just show me the gaps and the information that you don't have, and I'll help you through that, and that's really what I'm here for.
All right, awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I just drew my mouth a little bit. So what you guys just saw there was my dad playing a mentor and me playing the apprentice. And what that usually looks like in the traditional sense is upper level management, potentially CEO status people who take younger entry level employees, maybe typically someone who's just entered the workforce who doesn't really understand the way the environment works, and gives them the knowledge and experience that they've gathered over the course of their careers, and slowly kind of gives it to the younger individual to help them develop their sense of purpose and like shape their ethics and moral code within a business setting. And this is really important to help these younger employees to feel important and welcomed and comfortable in the workplace. So that is traditional mentorship. So now on to reverse mentorship, the goods, the fun stuff. So sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, cuddle up in that blanket I know you're wrapped up in, and enjoy the brutal acting you're about to witness. Yes? Yeah, on my way. What's up?
I need your help on the computer. Can you show me how to open a window again?
Show you how to open a new tab
New tab, whatever. Yep.
on this page right here. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you remember the plus button when it shows up? It says new tab. Showed you that yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah.
You don't know? Anyway, so you just click that right there, and it'll open up a new tab, and then type in whatever you want to the search bar. Take you to Google, and you just type in whatever you want to look for.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Anything else?
No.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. So that little clip you guys just watched of me helping my mom open a new tab on her laptop was just a little taste of what reverse mentoring is. It's pretty easy to relate to something like that, helping someone who's a little older, who may not have the technological know-how to get through all their devices that they own, trying to keep up with the times with their fancy new laptops and their new phones and smartwatches and so on. So I'm sure you guys can relate to that, having to help someone figure those types of new things out. This idea of reverse mentorship, it kind of embodies that in a more broad sense than what I just showed you. It's a little simple, but in a business world, CEOs and managers can take this theory of mentorship and use it to their advantage to create better relationships with entry-level employees. And even entry-level employees can take this to leverage their relationships with those upper management people to start developing a better role, a more significant role in the company that they're currently in. So we've put together a few more clips, and stick around because you have no choice, because we're in class and this is my time to present.
Hello. Yeah. Hey, Ben. Yeah. Could you come over to my office for a sec? Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, Mr. Ty, how's it going?
Going pretty good, Ben. Pretty good.
Asked for me? What's going on?
Well, I'm working on this presentation for a customer that we're looking to sell them a bill of goods, and
Sure.
I'm putting together a PowerPoint just kind of describe what our service offering is. However, it's kind of stale and a little bit old school for these guys, a little younger group that we're working with. And I'm hoping that maybe you could add some perspective into a presentation that would be a little bit more current than what I'm trying to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to be of help. You said PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that maybe PowerPoint's not the right route to take, especially if you're working with some younger guys. You might need to get a little more creative, and I definitely have some ideas, just thinking off the top of my head, to implement your offer with a more of a spark and get the other side engaged a little more than a PowerPoint would. So I would love to put together some ideas and send them your way, and then you can alter them as you'd like and put the information in needed to send it over their way. And I'd love to see how they react to some of the work I have.
No, I appreciate that. I look forward to seeing what you can send me.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the opportunity. It's definitely a big help being just a young guy in the business. It's good to see that you're going to give me a little responsibility to get some clients on board with our stuff.
Exactly. You got to earn your keep here, son.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, I'll see you later.
Hello. Hey, Ben. Yeah, hey, it's Tom. Yeah, can you come over to my office for a second? Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Thanks. Bye.
Mr. Ty, good to see you again.
Hey, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good, very good. Hey, I just got some feedback from the Simmons group. That was the presentation that you helped me with there last
Right.
week. And you know what? Really good feedback. They were impressed enough to give us a second visit to the site.
That's awesome.
Where we're going to go and just kind of expand on our service offering to see if maybe we could sell the deal. But one of the things they had mentioned was they were really impressed with the presentation that we added and the edits that you put in personally. I think were the things that kind of set us apart from our competitors, and I really appreciate your help.
That's amazing. That's great news. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm happy I could be of help.
Yeah. So I was talking with a couple of my associates, and with regard to expanding our view of how we build bench strength in the business and how we bring the younger guys along. And we were talking about yourself and how you helped me with this, and there might be an opportunity for you to come in and kind of show the rest of the older guys kind of the way of the world and what's out there for us and how we can add our value to the way that we sell our business.
Sure, yeah. I'd love to be able to talk with you and your associates as well about potential insights I may have on future projects, and even the one we just talked about previously. I could I feel like I could be of much help, and it would be great if I could get that opportunity to sit down with you guys and have a word.
Absolutely.
That'd be amazing. Well, I really appreciate that.
No, absolutely.
That's great news. I look forward to hearing how the second visit goes.
Excellent.
All right, well, take care. I'll see you.
There you go.
As you saw there, Tom was a smart CEO. He recognized that he had a weakness in developing presentations for potential clients. And he knew that these younger employees who grew up with technology at an early age were more apt to creating better engagement with these different types of presentations. Tom was just going to go out there and present a freaking PowerPoint to his client, and they would have fell asleep if they would have watched that presentation. He would have lost that to some competitor who had a more creative way of showing their offer to that client. But instead, he was smart. He went to his younger subordinate who had that technological know-how and used him to develop a better presentation, which actually gave him a second chance at successfully gaining a new client. So this is reverse mentoring. This is Tom recognizing that although a younger, less experienced employee would typically be an apprentice, that his mentoring of Tom himself could bring a huge benefit to the company, and it did. So Tom was able to develop a better presentation through the eyes of his young employee, and the young employee, which was obviously me, was able to gain knowledge around the business at a high level. So I was able to work with him and his associates to teach them about technology, but I was also able to witness how they do their work. I was able to learn how to be a professional, which I might have been lacking in if I grew up in a world where technology was everything, and I would stare at screens more often than I would stare at other people's faces, whereas in their life, they did the opposite. They were face-to-face interaction, handshake interaction, but instead, I grew up on a phone screen for the most part. Some of the key takeaways from today's presentation on reverse mentoring are that millennials and Generation Z can provide a significant technological advantage to upper-level management who may be lacking in those skills. The fresh perspective that millennials and Generation Z bring to the table, although maybe inexperienced, can be very advantageous to those CEOs and managers looking to become more creative with their projects. This theory of reverse mentoring is just as important for CEOs and managers like Alan, for instance, as it is for people like you and I who are about to enter the workforce in the next year or so. Next time you guys have an interview with your future employer, ask them if they provide opportunities for reverse mentoring. First of all, it's a great question to ask during an interview, and it can't hurt whether they say yes or no. But if they do say yes, this could provide you with a great opportunity to make relationships early on in your career with upper level managements that you might not have had the opportunity to do if you didn't ask this question. All right, so I'm gonna pass the torch to Dimmick now. He's my partner in this project. We're both on the mentorship team, And he's gonna give you guys some really great examples of how reverse mentoring has been implemented into real life businesses versus just the little office I created in my kitchen. He's gonna tell you guys a little bit about the companies and how they implemented reverse mentoring to bring benefits to their projects. Last thing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll catch you guys in the next video.